Welcome to the 11 o'clock hour of Chicago Now. I'm Gabriella Primus.
I'm Elizabeth Matthews. Thanks
And
for having me on again.
Yeah, of course. Well, Artia Ewing, she's on still her very well-deserved vacation.
Yeah.
I believe she's going to be back tomorrow, but I'm so glad to see you. You know what? No, she didn't even know where she was going to go. It was supposed to be a surprise.
Right.
So maybe we'll have a grand reveal tomorrow. I haven't really looked at her social media yet, but I'm going to have to. Okay, we have a lot to talk about today. I feel like I say that every single day, but we just have a lineup of guests that are spectacular, including, have you heard of going makeup free on first dates and that TikTok trend that's going on? I love it too, honestly.
I like that it's a TikTok.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking to a dating expert, and she's going to pretty much break down what this says about confidence, authenticity, and modern love as well. And then we also are going to hear about quiet firing.
Quiet quitting, quiet firing.
So you've heard of quiet quitting before, right? Where kind of an employee just mentally checks out, and I think that they just, you know, do less and less. Yeah, just underperform quietly until they're done. From what I understand.
So how do you quiet fire somebody?
Exactly, that's what we're going to find out. Just wait and see, Elizabeth.
I hope I don't really find out.
No, you won't. Trust me, you won't.
Okay.
Let's talk about trending topics, though, and I think you're going to like this one. So there's a new ice cream flavor. Can you guess what it is?
Now you can hear me. Yes, because we, Mark Strell and I talked about this over the weekend.
Okay.
I think I want to say maybe a week ago now.
Okay. Breast milk flavored ice cream.
You're not a mom yet.
No.
Thoughts?
Ew is my
Okay.
first thought.
Okay.
And then,
Okay.
and then
hear
I'm like,
you.
you know what?
I hear you.
I don't know. Is it something I should be interested in?
This is. Go ahead.
Is it real breast milk in this?
Oh.
Well, I do know the answer actually.
Doesn't actually contain human breast milk.
There we go. Ding, ding, ding.
But that mimics the flavor.
Yes.
Okay. So I take your ew and I raise you. It's not so ew.
That's true.
Here's the thing. When you have babies and if you breastfeed, and I have 3 babies and I breastfed for a year every time, you try it. I'll just say it. You taste it. Everybody does.
And it's okay.
Don't feel. I put Mark Strell on the spot the other day, and we were on television, and I said, Mark, admit it, because he has 4 kids. They're grown. They're adults now. I said, admit it, and he's like, all right, I admit it. I tried it.
Yeah, you kind of have
Here's
to.
the thing.
You know what?
You're gonna try it. Here's the thing. It just tastes. It tastes like melted ice cream.
Well, okay,
it really tastes like melted ice cream.
This is what they describe it as, and this is what they mimic in the ice cream. Sweet, slightly salty.
Yeah. Yes.
Smooth.
Yes.
With hints of honey and yellow tint from added bovine colostrum. Obviously, that's not your breast milk. It doesn't have hints of honey.
Nope. We do have colostrum, but that's another conversation.
But slightly salty.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's totally it. I mean, obviously, this is just marketing, right?
Yeah.
This is just really good marketing. And it's priced at $12.99 a pint.
Yeah, and there's a 2-pint minimum, too. Don't forget that.
Now, I would pay $12.99. Do you know how healthy breast milk is? It's
very
liquid
very
gold,
healthy.
right?
Oh, yeah.
So if it really was breast milk, I would pay $12.99 for it.
Honestly.
I would. Here's the thing, too. If you, and when you become a mom, I've got all sorts of tricks for you. But when you, if you freeze your breast milk, and say your oldest toddler, who's no longer breastfeeding maybe, but gets sick, you can turn that into a smoothie.
I have heard that.
Yeah. So, you know, if this really contained human breast,
Interesting.
Or just like a little, you know, some sort of healthy smoothie or something.
Well, if you at home are interested in this breast milk ice cream, it's available online through Frida's, and that's who's doing the collaboration, the parenting brand.
Which is a very popular parenting brand. Like all sorts of, you know, first-time mom or, you know, mom-to-be and all sorts of products.
So you can go on the Frida's website, and that's where you can find it while supplies last. And it's also being offered at Oddfellows Brooklyn Pop-Up, which is the brand that's the company that has it. Makes sense, exactly. But I remember, like, some celebrities talking about tasting breast milk. I want to say one of the Kardashians. Actually, here, Kourtney Kardashian. She was talking about it for a while, and she was always that granola.
It's not that big of a deal. I think everybody. You don't. I mean, I didn't drink it, but you taste it. I didn't. Okay. There's no evidence. There's no proof.
Yeah.
There's nothing. But maybe you spill a little bit. Oh, and it's like a torture if you do spill it. But you know. you know, you just taste it a little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
It's not bad. And listen, you're giving this to your child.
It's true.
You know what I mean? You want to
make sure it's okay.
Yeah,
what you're producing is right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so maybe it's just scary to someone who isn't around kids,
who's never really been around it. Otherwise, it's I don't know. It's normal.
Okay.
Next.
You probably heard about this one too. The tired girl trend. So you remember how there was like the clean girl trend.
I've been on the tired girl trend for a while.
Hot girl trend. This is the tired girl trend. So it's the latest Gen Z beauty trend. Embraces dark circles, smudged eyes, and a sleep-deprived look once considered undesirable. Ooh. So maybe a little bit, extra mascara on the bottom. You don't need to clean that up. Skip the concealer, that kind of look.
I didn't know how desirable I was.
Girl, you got it go. You got it going on. Trust me.
Well, wait, what does that mean?
No, you got it going on.
Okay.
Without
because I look
without
like a
makeup,
tired girl.
Now you're a clean news anchor girl.
Sure.
Right.
I like that this is a beauty trend, though. I mean, it just kind of. I mean, we're not. Are we purposely smudging our eyes?
I see. I think that's it. I think
that's kind of weird to me. Then you're going through too much work. Just don't put any makeup on.
I think it's funny because it's inspired by Jenna Ortega's Wednesday Addams character. Have you know who Jenna Ortega is, and you know who Wednesday is?
Sure, of course. I don't. Jenna Ortega, I don't. But Wednesday Addams, of course.
Okay, yeah. But so a little bit of a grungy look. It's such a cute show. What's funny is that I don't really think that she looks undesirable, nor does she really look not put together. So it's funny that you see Jenna Ortega in this beautiful makeup that maybe is a little bit darker, and then you think, okay, this is the tired girl trend.
There is a huge difference. I remember being I'm almost 40, so this is going back a couple decades, but I remember being in high school or even middle school and feeling like I really needed to be put together. Makeup, matching clothes, and I think the younger generations, I think there's just less standard, like lowers, not in a bad way.
No.
Like, listen, I mean, to not have to worry so much about that, which I think is great, which I think is where this kind of comes in, right? I mean, I don't think high schoolers are wearing as much makeup or worried as much about eyeshadow or, or whatever as I did back in my day. So they say.
I think you're right.
Do you see that too?
I see that too, but I see it on both sides because I see also then we're hearing about these girls who are going to Sephora and like spending $500 of their parents' money on skincare and stuff and have this whole step routine.
That's a little
that's
a little intense.
That's probably a smaller group of the teens. I don't know. Maybe we should have a panel of teens come on.
We do need to have
ask
a panel
them.
of teens.
That would be kind of fun. I think we could grab definitely
I'd love to compare products too.
Teen girls, from teen girls from our newsroom. Some of their daughters.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't work with teens.
We don't have,
okay.
We do not have
no child labor
working for us. Let's make that clear.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about Taylor Swift. Now, were you here the day that we had Marissa Rubino and Chris Kay come on? All right, well, they came on to talk about Taylor Swift and anticipating the podcast that was going to come out with Travis Kelce and his brother. It was called New Heights. And they had teased the day before that there was going to be a new album cover reveal. We found out the name of the album cover, or the album is The Life of a Showgirl, but none of the details were, given to us.
Sure.
So the podcast came out, I think it was on Thursday night or Wednesday night, New Heights, and it talked about Taylor Swift's, she was on there, it was her first ever appearance.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen her kind of in that capacity before where she's being so real and she's looking at her boyfriend and all cute. And so we did learn more about
the album.
And she also dropped some Easter eggs. So I don't know if you know this about Taylor Swift, but
I don't know a lot.
I'm just realizing, and I know very little too, but I am now believing when people say, oh, she, drops these Easter eggs, or she, is very intentional with the posts that she puts out and what she says at concerts and stuff. I thought it was just like Taylor Swift fans, Swifties were just like such conspiracy theorists that they were like trying to break down every single piece of her.
Maybe even wanting the Easter eggs, like maybe they didn't exist, but they're reading into things.
But it's so true. Okay, but here is what fans are thinking, that she's hinting at it performing at the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. And this is why. Before the episode dropped, Taylor teased 4 deluxe editions of her upcoming 12th album, The Life of a Showgirl, but fans think that she slipped in even more Easter eggs. So during the 2-hour conversation, it was long. I watched maybe like half of it, but it was really interesting. Swift talked about baking sourdough, quote, 60% of the time, which fans linked to Super Bowl 60 at Levi Stadium. Home of mascot Sourdough Sam. Okay. She's talking a lot about sourdough.
She's baking sourdough.
Why was that dominating the conversation? Maybe it makes sense now. She also tossed out the number like 47 and 47,000, which Swifties tied back to Levi's Stadium. Her lucky number is 13. Travis Kelce's 13 NFL season. The list goes on, Elizabeth.
This is too much.
List goes on.
That's too much. Who has time on their hands to think about all this stuff and to Google all this stuff?
I know, but now that I'm hearing it and actually like watch some of the podcast, I'm kind of in it now. Like I'm getting closer to being a Swiftie.
You're in it.
I think.
Viewers also spotted the Lombardi Trophy on the shelf behind her.
Oh, yep, that too.
Possibly a subtle halftime. I don't know. I think she's really good at marketing.
She is.
She is.
Genius.
So maybe this is, but that's a lot. That's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of stretching, isn't it?
Well, no, because she had mentioned in the podcast that she was really into Easter eggs, and she was even talking about it there, how she's been intentional with what she said like the past 4 or 5 years.
So she has a history of doing
She has a history.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Why are we showing a picture of that? What does that have to do with it?
Oh, wait, let me see it.
What was that? She missed it.
You guys are trying to,
is that the
exactly.
Easter eggs? That's trying to find the Easter eggs?
That is kind of how I felt.
Yeah.
And I was needing to focus on probably 50 other things at that moment, but the podcast was on and I was watching it because Marissa and Chris K made me really excited.
I do. When is the halftime show announced? Do we know?
Good question.
Probably coming up soon because the season's about to start.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I feel like it's well ahead of the Super Bowl.
Maybe we can phone a friend. Hey, somebody Google that for us.
Yeah, can somebody
Google when is the halftime show typically revealed?
And I know that.
Now, if it's on like Taylor Swift's birthday or something, now
then
I'm
crazy,
into it.
or like on like Friday the 13th or
on
something.
her anniversary of Travis, or something. Then now we got a story.
I have a feeling you're not very interested in old Taylor Swift.
Oh, you're Googling. Okay, we're Googling to see. Like a typical. Yeah, when is the typical halftime?
Usually announced in September, so you were right, Elizabeth.
So it's coming up. When's Taylor Swift's birthday?
Oh, when is Taylor Swift's birthday?
Yeah, just because then.
Elizabeth is on to something.
I'm starting to get into it.
She's doing her own investigation right now. December 13th.
Oh, December 13th. Okay.
Maybe it's September 13th.
No correlation.
Then.
September 13th minus the 3 up to 2. I don't know. I don't know.
We will see.
Anyway.
But I mean, I would think it would be a huge deal. Obviously, the NFL has credited her with bringing a new audience into football and getting into it.
Of course.
So
there's a lot of KC fans that never knew anything about football or the Chiefs or anything. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, and if she actually did perform the halftime show, it would be fantastic.
Crazy.
I mean, she's such a good performer. Say what you
is.
will about her voice or her music or whatever, but she's one of those. I'm not the biggest Lady Gaga fans, but if I had a chance to go see her, I mean, she's such an entertainer. You would be so entertained. So I think a Taylor Swift halftime show.
A lot of these artists are on another level. That's one thing she did mention in the podcast was how much time and effort she put into training for her Eras tour.
I'm sure.
And
it's so acrobatic and athletic and nonstop. I mean, I didn't go, but I've seen clips and it wears me out watching.
No kidding.
I know.
Well, and I appreciated how Travis, sitting next to her, they were looking all lovey-dovey again, was like appreciating how much hard work she put in, and that's where they found a lot of like common ground was with their workout routines and what they did to stay fit and stuff. And he said that almost her setup, like pre-game and post-show, whatever you want to call it, was as like intense or more intense than what they do
what he does
on the football field.
Can you imagine?
Interesting.
When do they even find time for each other?
I don't know.
On podcasts, apparently. I'll meet you at the podcast. Yeah, okay, I'm running late. Okay, I'll see you.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a few weeks.
Right, exactly.
We'll talk there.
They have to book a podcast together.
No, it's really sweet.
So she also says that she never hides Easter eggs about her personal life, only about music and projects.
Interesting. You know what they also talked about a ton, which I thought was so funny? Otters. Which I guess Travis Kelce.
Like the animal?
Yeah, so random. But I guess Travis Kelce loves otters, and so they have a big love for otters. So really what I got out of the podcast was that.
And you watched how much? like 10 minutes of this thing?
No, like a solid hour.
I think she watched the whole thing, y'all.
Yeah, okay. I might maybe more than an hour. I'm trying to act all cool.
Just admit it.
No, yeah, they talked a lot about sourdough and otters too, which I thought was really interesting. So I bet there's going to be a lot of otter fans now.
Sourdough eating otters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, that's a moneymaker.
All right. Let's see. So with Beyonce, Rihanna, Usher among past headliners, those have been some really good shows. where would Taylor Swift halftime performance rank in like cultural impact level? It would be huge.
Oh, I think it would probably be number one, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the crowd, obviously. But what I love is when they do have on other genres.
Yeah.
You know, when they pull in, so then they're pulling in the whole crowd. It's not just, you know, one genre or one artist. I love it when they have kind of surprise guests.
I do too.
I know nothing beats JT and Janet Jackson. I mean, that was like,
it was good.
Culturally, I mean, do we all not remember that?
This is what I get frustrated with at Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Everyone won't stop talking, and so I never really am able to focus in on the performance. And then, I mean, that's
like,
also
you
my
mean
old
in the
fault.
room that you're in?
Yeah, the room that I'm in. Like, I always do like a Super Bowl party,
Sure.
and no one will just be quiet so I can listen.
Maybe you need to send him outside for that.
Well, also, you know, I'm saying that at the same time, I could easily like look it up afterwards.
True. And you'll see it like repeatedly. But no, there's something to be said about live.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why you're watching the Super Bowl. You want to see all this stuff live.
Yeah, so I have a new rule this year. Be quiet or get out.
Be quiet or get out.
Okay, it's 11:17 right now. We have a lot more that we need to get through, including Amy Chan, who we're going to chat with, talking about makeup free on first dates. We'll be right back.
Love that. Welcome back to Chicago Now. We were just talking about the tired girl trend. Now we're talking about going makeup free on the first dates, which is also kind of what I was talking about, you know, I hate to say back in my day, you know, I'm not 80, but you know, I'm almost 40. And we, you know, there was this real desire, or I don't know, need to really feel put together. And now there's this trend of not even really wearing makeup on first dates, which is it's just natural beauty, right? Like you see what you get, right? Our next guest, Amy Chan, she's the scientific Carrie Bradshaw. Hi, Amy, how are you? You're also you have a best-selling book, Breakup Boot Camp: The Science of Rewiring Your Heart. Welcome, Amy.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on again. Okay, so let's talk about this TikTok trend of showing up to a first date without makeup. Why do you think so many people are choosing to, you know, ditch the mascara, foundation, save some time, and just be themselves right out of the gate?
Yeah, so the kids these days, it's the no makeup first date trend that is going viral all over TikTok. And the reason why people are standing behind this is because they are sick of performing femininity. They want to show up as their natural selves. And the idea for some of these people are, you show up natural, barefaced, and then if the date goes well, they treat you well, then in subsequent dates, they earn your glam. So you kind of add more makeup and you add more glam as the relationship and the connection progresses.
So Amy, what ages are we talking? Are we talking high school, college, young adult, older adult?
Yeah, we're talking high school all the way up to like early 30s.
Early 30s, okay.
Yeah.
And should you feel insecure if you don't look like that supermodel that we just had in? I don't know if you saw it come up, but this beautiful young gal who has probably flawless skin. You don't have to have flawless skin and, you know, look like her to be able to do this, right?
Yeah, and I think this is part of what this whole no makeup first date trend is about. It is about this kind of pressure that people feel because they're fed all these filtered images or AI images of these perfect looking people, and it's unrealistic, and it is a lot of pressure and expectation to live up to. And so, yeah, what people are trying to do is reclaim their authenticity, show up to be more vulnerable, and see if someone likes them for who they really are, without all the glam, without the filters and the performance.
So do we know how the trend is paying off? Do we know how the other half, is reacting to this?
So I can only say with my own clients, I have both female and male clients. And I have to say, so some of my male clients have we've discussed this whole no makeup trend, and they all say to me, like, I don't like it when someone's wearing so much makeup and there's like cover up everywhere. Like, I actually enjoy this whole like being very natural. But here's the ironic thing, because there's also the other trend, which is the no makeup look, which requires you spending a ton on skincare and lasers to make your skin look flawless so that you look like you're not wearing makeup, but you are wearing makeup. So it's all a little bit contradictory.
But we're not back to the days. Have you been, I don't know if you could listen to what we were talking about, but I'm almost 40, and I remember back in the day, even in high school, just high school. I mean, it's not like I was looking for, I was just trying to go to school, right? But I felt like I had to be really put together. And that's not really the case anymore, is it?
I totally agree, and I was doing the same thing, like tanning beds, false lashes, even updos. and I think we're moving to a different kind of culture now, where yes, there's all of this stuff on social media that really promotes beauty and looking perfect, but I think also there's a push for building confidence from within, the glow up from within, building that foundation and believing in your own self-worth so that you're not looking externally for validation.
You talked about some of your clients and how you're able to kind of get their reaction to maybe being put in the situation where the person they're meeting is not wearing makeup. But, you know, beyond that, do you feel like this makeup-free first date trend kind of mirrors something that you've seen in your clients? Maybe you mentioned it, desire to feel accepted, you know, without having to really prove yourself and make yourself look so nice from the outside?
Yeah, I think that there is, I think there's a lot of people who feel a pressure of having to look a certain way or fit in a certain type or a box. And it's not working for them. They're doing the dating apps, they're showing up, they're glamming up, but they are not getting into relationships that are fulfilling. So they're like, okay, well, that strategy isn't working. What can I do now? And maybe that means going more natural, showing up as more of my vulnerable self, because sometimes our makeup can also act as an armor. So I don't think it's just about how much blush or lipstick that you're wearing. It's almost symbolic of something else, which is I want to be more vulnerable. I want to show up and be more authentically myself and see if this person likes me for me.
Let's talk about the confidence part of it, right? Because you have to be confident to not wear the makeup, right? Is it hard for some of your clients? Do you suggest this? Do you suggest trying it?
I don't really suggest using tactics to try to earn someone's attraction. Whether that is putting a bunch of makeup on or not using makeup as a strategy to get them to like you. I really encourage, if you feel more comfortable not wearing makeup, or if you feel comfortable wearing makeup, do what makes you feel good. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna walk out of the house and you're gonna have an energy. And if you are so worried about, like, okay, are they gonna notice that I'm not wearing mascara? That's gonna get you in your head and that's gonna impact the date. So it's really more about how do you feel versus what do other people want and expect from me.
What do you think these kind of, we just talked about the tired girl trend too. The tired girl, the no makeup first dates, what does that tell our younger generations that are watching this?
Yeah, I think all these trends are so focused on the do's and don'ts, right? The tired girl trend, okay, I'm gonna look like I have like makeup for days on and I don't really care and I have messy hair. But you're almost still performing if you are having that in mind to have that tired girl look. And the same thing with the no makeup date, first date thing. There's so much thinking behind the strategy of how to get this date to work. And I think that's part of the problem. We're almost trying to perfect and game out the date versus, hey, I'm gonna show up how I feel comfortable and let's focus on the connection. Let's be curious, let's be vulnerable, and let's not future trip and try to position this person into my future if they're gonna be my husband or my wife. And let's just be curious as two human beings. And I think we are lacking that in our current dating culture.
Amy, that's such good advice. It's almost like you're professional. Something like that. Let's talk about your book, Breakup Boot Camp, The Science of Rewiring Your Heart. I know that you come on and chatted about it before, but do you have some of these same points or common similarities that you see with this that you share in your book to help people with?
Yeah, both in my book, Breakup Boot Camp, or my in-person retreats, the common theme is really how do we build a strong foundation within ourselves so that we are full and we are whole. And that so when we do connect with another person romantically, we're not waiting for their validation. We're not waiting for them to complete us. And when we love and connect from that place, it creates healthy relationship patterns. Versus the other way is when you don't have that strong foundation and you're trying to impress, or you're trying to use your status, money, or looks to try to get someone to like you, it's built on shaky ground.
Yeah.
Have you ever had when your clients come up to you and, maybe suggest or ask if they should do one of these trends, like whether it's this, makeup free or it's, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. We're surrounded by all this kind of stuff, right? I mean, it's got to be part of your line of work at this point.
Definitely. So there's various questions from a woman asking, okay, on a first date, is it okay if I wear this? If it's too revealing, is that bad? Is it showing the wrong signs? There is a lot of thought into what they're wearing, how they're presenting themselves, because they're like, this is my first shot, and if I like this person, I don't want to mess it up. So yeah, a lot of people are asking for advice on these things.
What do you tell people to listen to the TikTok trends?
No,
no,
I don't.
Thank you. It's too much.
What makes a great viral clip doesn't necessarily translate to these human-to-human interactions with people.
Right.
No
and
kidding.
I think from everything, it sounds like we got to love ourselves before we can love someone else, right? Like it's just the tried and true. This is, if you're not confident and you know who you are, then it's going to be really hard to let somebody else in. If you don't know what's going on here, then it's just going to be hard to make that relationship.
It's that age-old advice that we've been hearing over and over again, and it's true. And I think for some people, it's very hard to be like, okay, love yourself. Well, how does that look like?
Yeah.
How do I break that down? And I think that the very first part is looking at some of your quirks, or maybe the parts of yourself that you think are flawed, and really loving that as part of your personality and your charm. And not everyone's gonna love it. You're not trying to attract the masses, but the right person for you is going to love that part of you that you thought was flawed.
Amy, okay, quick question for you. If people want to learn more and either read your book or maybe even go to your breakup boot camp.
There's actual boot camps that
There's actual in-person boot camps that you can go to.
That's cool.
Where can they find more information?
Okay, so on Instagram, I'm at Miss Amy Chan, and you can come to my breakup boot camp. Just go to renewbreakupbootcamp.com. And yes, there's an in-person retreat, 4 days in nature. It's happening in November at Hemlock Neversink in upstate New York. And we teach you how to rewire patterns and really build that foundation of self-worth from within so you can have healthier relationships in the future.
Perfect.
So
Sounds like a great service.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks so much for talking to us today. We appreciate it. I'm going to
So
go
much
scrub my
fun.
makeup
Thank
off.
you.
I know, no kidding, right? Can we do makeup-free shows? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Okay, now we're talking.
That would be nice.
Yeah, TV.
You know
TV
what's so
news without
funny
makeup.
too about that whole conversation? I feel so often that a lot of us don't wear a ton of makeup, and so sometimes you don't even notice. Like people will come up to me like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not wearing any makeup. I look so bad." I'm like,
"Oh, I know.
You look beautiful." Like
I know.
I would never even know that you're not wearing any makeup.
In your day-to-day life, how much makeup do you put on? Like if you're not going to work, you're just going to the grocery store.
Oh, none.
None.
I put on a little eyebrow gel because these guys get a little unruly, but
that's not makeup. We don't count that as makeup.
And a little bit of sunscreen, and I'm out the door.
I'm the same way. I mean, I don't have time for it. I think also because we're kind of forced to wear it for work, right? No one forces us, but we know that we need to. You should see the amount of lights that are on us, right? And the cameras are they're HD and whatever. So you feel like you have to. So in your day-to-day life, you're like, no, I don't want to go through the trouble. I am me.
It's a lot.
This is
it's
who I
a lot
am.
of time. It's a lot of time that we spend.
Do we need to go to our next guest or a break?
You need to spend more time with us after this break.
After this break.
Welcome back to Chicago Now, 11:34. So, Elizabeth, I kind of prompted you with this question earlier. You've heard of quiet quitting before.
Yes.
How about quiet firing?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, here to break it down. Is Barry Garapetian is a former financial advisor at Morgan Stanley with nearly 4 decades on Wall Street. And now he's a founder of Mag 7 Consulting, where he coaches young professionals through navigating their careers. Barry, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Barry.
It is great to be here, ladies. How are you?
Very good. We're curious to know, I guess from your experience, what is quiet firing?
Well, it's the things that are invisible that are done with body language and all kinds of things in a corporate structure. Meetings, but more importantly, there's a way to get around all of that. And it starts with a mindset of being relentlessly useful. And in other words, be that person that has the attitude of doing a whole bunch of things. And it's something that is not necessarily natural in the bureaucratic world, But I'm finding that if you have that mindset to be extremely value creating, good things will happen. And there's specific things I can share with you on what that means and how we do it.
Go for it. Share away.
Well, first things first is I like well, first of all, 99% of what you want to look at is find people who are absolutely the 1%ers, who are actually doing the work amazingly. Those are the folks that you want to focus on. So with that being said, what else can you be doing that's different than what they're doing? So I call these things lightning strikes, creating intentional acts of service where you're exceeding expectations. And what does that mean? That means that you have to be thinking about other people, called the platinum rule. There's the golden rule, which is you treat people how you want to be treated. No, the platinum rule is you treat other people how they want to be treated. Oh. The game is about them. And if I could find something out about you, Elizabeth, or you, Gabby, on what you like, I will create something to exceed an expectation. And that would be one particular strategy done organically with ethos and enthusiasm. It could be a handwritten note. It could be a note like this with a wax seal to someone that you met. As simple as that. So, handwritten notes, we used to do a lot of those back in the day. Yeah. We still do them. Very few people do handwritten notes today. Why? AI. Quicker, faster, more efficient. Go back to old school. So there's lots of little things we can do, but you have to differentiate and be different.
And so that's all for the employee. Those are tips for the employee. Like, always be thinking outside the box. What can I do differently, maybe more efficiently, right?
Exactly. And if I am thinking of a boss, they have a family. Do they have kids? Get to know the family, get to know the kids. Maybe there's a book you can send them. Maybe there's something you can do to add value to the boss's family. You will ascend quicker and faster if you figure out what they're all about. That is the game, and this is not, you're not a robot, so it's about creating value.
Barry, this is such good advice.
It is, but it also, like, if I found out that, Gabby over here sent my boss a book, I'd be like, oh, you're a brown noser. Mm-hmm. So where's the line?
There's a way to do it that's very intentional. If Gabby's boss was a golfer and Gabby got a specific book on golf and highlighted a chapter and a page with a handwritten note, I thought you might be interested in this. Take a look at this. She's educating. So you frame it about the other person. It can be perceived that way, but if you're playing offense in a good way, you are truly looking to help people. And it's not about reciprocity. It's doing it because it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Right? And remember, to win the game, you need 5 positive episodes to 1 negative to thrive. And for people who are angry, unhappy, there's a lot of negative stuff. This is a piece of the pie that makes you happy, doing nice things for other people. So that would be a strategy, absolutely.
So what if you are already doing, so much and you don't really have time to do that little bit of an extra? Is there some advice that you'd give to that person?
Yes, I would get your calendar out and time block. There's a time where you are doing this kind of energy on the weekends or latter part of the day, such as writing hand notes. I'll light a candle latter part of the day and I'll get out my stuff and I'll write an awesome hand note to someone I just met or someone in the office that they did something really, really cool. It's just not done. So you need to make it a priority and make it intentional. This is not an afterthought. And yes, you want to climb the ladder quickly, but how you do it is with people. And helping other people to get to where they want to be is the quickest and best way you're going to be in a good place.
So quiet firing, how do I know I'm being quietly fired?
There's so many different ways. Obviously not going to meetings, not being invited to meetings, giving you responsibilities that are less than, that are way, you're doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing. I find it's a lot of little things and you can sort of feel it, but more importantly is you can stay out of that trap by playing offense and by smiling and showing up on time and doing what you say and finishing what you start. Those are pretty basic table stakes, and they teach that in school, but schools don't teach you how to be extraordinary. They don't teach you how to be great. This stuff, you have to learn what I call healthy struggles, and you have to be in the game. So it's about really making an intentional focus on helping your division, your boss, whoever it is, get to where they are, and you own it. And it's a mindset. It's an absolute mindset.
If you think you're being quietly fired, do you say something to your boss? And
Yeah,
what does that
would
sound like?
I would definitely bring it to their attention. I would say, listen, help me understand why you're doing this and this and this. Help me understand. I would frame it that way. What can I do to exceed your expectations? What can I do to make this revenue improve? The game is to improve the supervisor, the manager, the business. How do you do that? Well, it starts with a structure and a plan. You don't have to hide everything. Listen, I'm here to help you get to where you need to be. If you do that, hello,
so
a lot of good things happening. I mean, really.
Yeah.
Could you imagine an employee of yours saying, look, I want to help you, Elizabeth. I want to help you, Gabby, get to where you need to be. What do I need to do to make you look amazing? Think about that.
Yeah. You'd like them.
That is the way you want to roll. Absolutely.
So has this always been common, this kind of quiet firing, or is it something that we're now seeing based off people's management style, or the generation that we see now a lot of the times in management?
Just remember, the whole Gen Z game, 13 to 28, is a different game. Remember, the COVID hit, their EQ is most cases below average. Communication is not a strength. Yes, they're smart, they're bright, they're 4.0s, 4.5s, 5.0s. But you get a lot of these young folks in a job, they just don't have what is necessary. And I don't care what school you go to, okay? So the reality is EQ is huge. And where do you learn that? Do you learn it from your mom and dad? Do you learn it from coaches, mentors? You're certainly not learning a lot in school. So it's different. Every kid is different. Everyone is different. And I think it starts with one thing, it's self-belief. It's called the I believe button. And if you have that radical self-belief in yourself, it's a huge advantage. That is the game. The game is confidence. And how do you get it? You need to have a lot of successes and things that are going well. So you have to build that into your day.
A lot about confidence today, huh?
Yeah, a lot about confidence. No, I love your advice. This is really so interesting. So I would guess that you encourage people to have more conversations at the dinner table with their kids, even with your peers, and give them advice, because I think a lot of people are probably going through it or have that that sense like, oh, something's up at the office, but they're too afraid to say something.
But the talk at the dinner table should be, hey, what's the best thing that happened today? Share with me the best thing that happened today. Instead of saying, how was your day? What was the best thing that happened today? That's different. You're thinking about the most positive thing that happened in that day, and everyone goes around the table and shares. Not hard, but how often is that done?
Barry, I've got 3 kids. I think I might have to start doing this, because you say, how was your day? And why do we always focus on, I don't know, I forgot the eggs, or, I was late to work, or why do we always focus on that part of it? So that's great. I'm going to use that. I'm going to go home tonight. I'm going to ask my first
all
grader.
Of that, I'll share this last comment. Practice going first. For any employee, be the first to say good morning. Be the first to say good afternoon. Be the first person to run over and keep that elevator door open, or get in the elevator and ask what floor, please. It demonstrates confidence. It demonstrates leadership. It's the white belt version of just being the best person you can be. It's so simple, but watch how many people actually do that.
Okay, Barry, I've learned so much from you. Barry Garabedian is the president and CEO of Mag 7 Consulting. Remember that, everyone. We will have you back on the show. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Barry.
My pleasure. Thank you all very much for what you guys do.
After more than a decade of badgering John Stamos, hell has frozen over, and it looks like he might be appearing at Riot Fest after all. A little context, 12 years ago, Riot Fest started this fascination with getting John Stamos, well, technically him and his Full House band, to perform at Riot Fest, and it just became a joke after a while. But finally, 12 years later, John Stamos has begrudgingly agreed to appear September 20th at Douglas Park, but he does have have a list of some strange demands. One, Riot Mike, the founder of Riot Fest, has to get a John Stamos tattoo. There must also be a John Stamos look-alike contest. Also, a Chicago pizza shop has to name a Greek-style pizza after him. And in a craziest twist of all, maybe, there has to be a guitar case full of hummus for John Stamos. Now, whether or not these demands are going to be met might determine whether or not he actually shows up on September 20th, but it's taken over a decade, but it looks like we might be getting John Stamos playing drummer for Beach Boys at Riot Fest this year.
Are we getting punked? Is this real life?
I don't know, but I can't wait till September 20th.
I know. Okay, does this pizza not look absolutely incredible?
It looks delicious.
I'm losing my mind. It
and
smells so good.
That bad boy is a Greek-style pizza.
Oh,
if
yeah,
I ever saw one.
It is. Okay, well, if you like Giordano's, you can thank one person that's in the studio with us right now. We have Chef Jesse Harris. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
The corporate chef at Giordano's. Yeah, okay, so you heard the request from John Stamos, and you guys at Giordano's, you took action.
Oh, we did. We jumped on it right away. You know, we heard him shouting from the mountaintops. But other than the couple other requests that he had, the guitar case full of hummus. We can't really. I don't have a lot of access to hummus, but I do have cheese. But no, we made up a Greek-style pizza in honor of Mr. Stamos. We are huge fans of John Stamos at Giordano's. I personally grew up watching Full House and all that fun stuff. So, but we have our Greek style the Stamos Supreme, as we call it. It's our house pizza dough, and then we have a lemon vinaigrette that we make ourselves. It's a lemon herb vinaigrette. It's super fresh, really punchy lemon,
Is that
really
what goes
bright.
On the salad?
Yes, that's what goes on the house salad. Exactly. Thank you. Look at you. Good.
Oh, you're familiar.
Good palate. And then we top that with our famous mozzarella cheese we get from southern Wisconsin. We mix that with some fresh spinach, some Parmesan cheese, and then we have some beautiful feta cheese that goes on top of that. And then we take some artichokes and marinate them with that same lemon vinaigrette. And I mean, how Greek can you get, right?
So this wasn't on the menu.
Actually, it was previously a specialty pizza that we had, and it was so popular we wanted to really, honor Mr. Stamos with one of our most popular pizzas.
Bring it back to life.
He did.
It was one of those things that would show up on the menu for a little bit and then would kind of go.
Yeah, we had it in a couple different forms, but it's a delicious pizza. It is. It's absolutely. It's a really bright flavored, big bright notes of flavor, minimal ingredients, but big punches of flavor on all of them. So
just like John Stamos.
Yeah.
Just like John Stamos, exactly.
Of handsomeness.
So you're probably not the only pizza shop trying to do this, right?
I haven't really heard of too many other people trying it.
Do you all talk to each other?
We do to a certain extent, but there's a lot of little cloak and dagger going on when stuff like this happens. The pizza world's very, it's very interesting.
It's intense.
So it is very intense.
Very intense.
A lot of back alley meetings after work and everything.
Do you get really angry when you see someone from Lou Malnati's?
Honestly, we've always kind of had a little bit of a competition through the years, but honestly, not. I mean, there's so much good pizza in Chicago.
Person, you won't fight them?
No. We might get into like a pepperoni sparring contest or something.
On our show.
Yeah. We could do that.
Throwing pepperonis at each other.
Would you have been really mad if we would have brought someone from a different pizza shop along with you?
That's happened before. No, I mean, honestly, we really do all know each other, and we're all friendly with each other, so it's always great to see. We all work so hard, and we're in the restaurants all the time that whenever we do events and, things like this, you see other
understand
pizzas.
what each other's going through.
100%. We each had the 1,000-yard stare, so.
So this might be a silly question, but like the Stamos Supreme, has a Riot Fest now come to you and said, hey, this is going to be on site for John Stamos to try?
We're going to have it there for him to try. Okay. And I mean, he's playing drums with the Beach Boys. I grew up with the Beach Boys.
Fantastic. So cool.
And so my dad is a huge Beach Boys fan. And so, I'm really excited.
Are you often at Riot Fest? Does Giordano's have a?
We haven't in the past, but personally myself, I've been to Riot Fest every year. I'm a big fan. I'm a music nerd.
So how are you were you just gonna put this in your backpack and show up?
Well, we're gonna do a little sneak in the back, kind of thing. Honestly, if I put the chef coat on, I can go anywhere. Nobody questions you.
No, I bet.
Wow.
I mean, look at it. Corporate executive
we might need to
chef
borrow that
at Giordano's.
Right.
I'll get one made up for it.
You said you're the only culinary.
Yep, I'm the culinary department for Giordano's.
You're the culinary
I'm the culinary department for Giordano's.
You've got a lot of stores. I hate to tell you this, but you're busy.
Do we? No, yeah, it keeps me busy, keeps me out of trouble for the most part, you know. And then we get to do super fun stuff like this, and you know, anytime we can incorporate, you know, things we love like John Stamos, you know, we do. So.
Are you hoping to meet him?
Oh God, yeah,
Clearly,
of course,
right?
of course, yeah,
right,
yeah.
So you mentioned that you did some other collaborations and stuff, so I'm really gonna put you on the spot. Is there another collab that you've done that has been really fun for you and memorable?
We've done a couple of them. One we just did with Lee Woolen here in the city, who's the executive chef of Boca and Alla Vita.
Okay.
You know, and he was fantastic to work with. In the past, I also did one with Anthony Rizzo. We did a pizza with Anthony Rizzo whenever we were partnering with the Cubs. It was super fun.
How popular are those?
Oh, that was super. It was so much fun. We had him actually come out and surprise a guest with the pizza, and it was
fun.
yeah. Him and his family are so nice.
Do you have a quote pizza?
We're working on one.
Aha!
It's coming.
You want to break the news? Go ahead.
Interesting.
What is it?
I can't yet. I
give
can't
me
yet.
one topping. Don't say sauce or cheese.
Or crust.
Or crust.
It's a holy topping. I'll say that. Okay.
A holy topping.
Yeah.
That's Swiss cheese, y'all. That's Swiss cheese.
But we got something in the works. We'll see.
Fast.
We'll see what
You're
happens
probably
with that.
Okay, interesting.
Swiss
So is this going to be available for everyone or just John Stamos?
No, this is available everywhere. This is on our menu. So yeah, anybody can order it at any Giordano's.
Really?
Yep. And it's on the menu in the thin version, but we can also make it in the stuffed version as well.
Did you change this at all from like the other? Because you said it was already on the menu.
No, honestly, we just kind of kept it the same. It's a perfect pizza the way it is.
Well,
you guys should give it a try.
Yeah, we need to do some quality control
Wait, so
here.
you said Chicagoans always go after the corner pieces.
The corner
first.
pieces,
You know
yep.
what? I'm going to be unlike everyone in Chicago today.
I'm not.
And
I'm going to lean in. Oh, it's still warm. Oh,
I know.
it's delicious.
It's so
It's
good.
good stuff. It's
I knew it
really
was gonna be
bright
good.
flavored. It's nice and light, you know. So
Kind of summery.
yeah, it's summery. It's good summer
Yeah.
pizza.
So the vinaigrette would be on the side.
No, the vinaigrette's
it's
actually
in
the
there.
sauce on the pizza.
Okay.
And you get it a couple times. We marinate the artichokes with it, so you get a nice little bright punch of lemon. And
How fast, when you saw the Stamos news, did you jump? I mean,
we jumped on it immediately.
immediately.
Our marketing department is unbelievably fantastic,
really good.
and so you know they have their ears to the world whenever
You
this
have
stuff
to.
pops up. Oh gosh, yes, you have to.
Is there another collab that you can see down the line that you want to manifest with us here today?
Oh my gosh, put me on
I
the
know, it's a
spot.
heavy load.
You know,
the Pope's the Holy Grail. Get
honestly,
it?
I would say if we could bring the Pope in,
And we could bring them.
you know, see what you guys
Come
can
on
do.
in,
Make
Pope.
some
He's right
phone
here.
calls.
No, kidding.
Hey, he's booked on our show next week.
Work
Come over.
on him.
Wow, this is so good.
So you didn't change this at all? This is
No,
exactly what
no,
it was?
this is exactly what it was, and like I said, you know, the flavor combination of between the salty feta and the light, bright lemon vinaigrette, and then the minerally kind of spinach and the luscious cheese.
Crunch of the
It's
crust.
awesome.
Can you get this in a deep dish?
You can, yes,
Really?
Yep. you can as well.
How often are you guys doing these like seasonal or special flavors? Is it just whenever? Do you guys have a certain timeline you go
No,
through?
we
it
usually
throughout the
do
year?
a couple LTOs a year, but moving forward, we're going to start doing a lot more. We're going to start doing probably bi-yearly or quarterly
People
LTOs,
love
depending
this
on what
stuff.
comes up. You know.
Yeah, people love this stuff. What do
Yeah.
you pair this with?
You know, a really nice light wine, a nice light salad to go along with it. The house salad you were talking about before really pairs beautifully with it.
How do you think fans will respond to this of John Stamos and Giordano's?
Well, I mean, it's a delicious pizza. How can you not
It is.
love
It's
pizza?
really.
And so, you know, just we're honoring John Stamos. So we're hoping John Stamos fans come out in droves to order the
I think that they will.
Stamos Supreme.
And the Stamos Supreme.
I'm going to ask you another fully loaded question.
Yeah.
What's the craziest, funnest, most interesting thing about your job?
Ooh, honestly, the people I meet. You know, going around, we have restaurants all over the country, and we have such a loyal following. You know, we have Chicagoland, and then even beyond Chicagoland, we have restaurants in Las Vegas, Florida, Ohio, Indiana, Minnesota, you know, Wisconsin, and every time we go, we just get people flocking there. They just love our pizza.
Are you in all 50 states?
No, not in all 50. We're looking.
You're
looking,
closing
yeah.
in on what, Alaska?
Well, we have DC coming up next year, Washington DC.
How exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm hoping to get like a video made up of like running through the Muir Pond, you know, or something like Forrest Gump. So we'll see.
You personally?
Me personally,
Yeah,
yes.
and alongside John Stamos.
Yeah.
Arm
What
in
is
arm.
it about Greek food in Chicago? I mean, it's just such a, you know, there's so many great Greek restaurants.
There
People
are.
love, I mean, I'm not Greek, but I love I love the food.
Yeah,
it's
no,
so
you know, our previous CEO was Greek as well, and so there's a very heavy Greek contingency within the restaurant population in Chicago, and it really comes through in the food. And Greek food is so, you know, it's so fresh and bright and amazing. It's so ingredient focused that, you know, it's really all about getting all the ingredients at their peak freshness and making it just shine by itself.
It just feels light and fresh, but I could eat that whole pizza.
In general, I just went in for a second piece. I went for my second quarter piece.
We brought some extra for you guys. So.
Oh my gosh. Well, Jesse, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us. This is so much fun. Yeah.
So good luck, because you don't know which, is he going to pick which pizza?
You know, I'm not, we're kind of throwing this out there.
Competition at this point, Elizabeth.
I know, that's
there
what I'm saying.
Now she's hired.
All I got to do is just get this in front of him and we'll be fine. So.
Right, okay, perfect. With the coat, don't forget the coat. Because if you forget the coat, you're just going to be another crazy fan. You're trying to give him a pizza.
Exactly.
I would say something, but
your mouth is full.
My mouth is full.
All right, it's 11:57. Thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right,
I
stay
appreciate
with us.
it.
We'll be back after this.